Well, it's official. Rob Zombie cannot direct a comedy at all. Oh man, and why did he have to poke his nose around the Munsters? Seriously. So the Munsters came out this year, and it's a callback to the original 1960s sitcom under the same name, The Munsters. Now, when it comes to the Munsters, I find the show absolutely hilarious and really fascinating as well, because one thing you got to know about the Munsters is that they are a normal family going through everyday stuff. Herman is not getting along with his father-in-law, of course, and also their niece Marilyn is staying with them for, well, literally the entire show. Where were her parents? But the only difference is that they are monsters. That was the whole point of the show, and that was where most of the comedy did shine. Now, when you have a formula like that, it most definitely works. They threw that formula into the toilet, flushed it down, and dug it out in the sewers, found the wrong one, and then just slapped it in your face and put this movie in front of you, calling it The Munsters. Yeah, sure, this is the original Munsters. No, it is not. Because in this movie, you have Herman Munster. He's basically doing his own thing, like a comedy show or something. And then Lily, his future wife, sees him for the first time, and it was basically love at first sight, and they get together. So basically, it's how Herman met Lily. That sort of scenario. And also, you have Grandpa, the Count, that doesn't really like Herman, wants Lily to do other things, of course. I mean, you could tell that somebody read The Munsters on a Wikipedia page, but everything else is just not there. I mean, when you look at The Munsters, it's basically a mirror image of the Addams Family, which the Addams Family itself also was a sitcom back in the 60s, but also had a movie made about them, and they did it correctly. Maybe it's because that director alone looked like he actually loves the Addams Family. It's like the entire world around them was definitely normal. It's just the family themselves that is strange. They're creepy, they're kooky, they're all these type of things. The Munsters are the exact same way. Even though they do behave like a normal family, they still are monsters. That was some of the comedy that definitely put the show together. In this world, however, they're in the monster world. There's monster places, there's spooky islands, there's all this type of stuff where all these ghouls, monsters, vampires, werewolves all hang out together. And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, are you doing a remake of the Munsters, or are you trying to make a live action version of Hotel Transylvania? I mean, I don't get it. Because everything about that entire formula that the TV show is famous for is completely gone now. And another thing about this movie is that Eddie, the little werewolf child, he's not in it. Marilyn, she's nowhere to be found. And even Spot the dragon, Spot's not even in this movie. Someone better get on the phone, because I am mad about that. So if you don't have a lot of stuff from the original Munster TV show that made the show a classic in the first place, what makes you think that this movie was going to be even better? I mean, the acting itself, I don't really know. All I can really say is that the comedy just did not work. The formula was just lazy, and for the acting wise, I wasn't really paying attention to it, because all I wanted to do is see the end credits happen anytime soon. And by the time it looks like that this movie is about to wrap up, you're just thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, thank you that this nightmare is over. I decided to pause it for a second to go and grab a snack or something because I was hungry. Came back, not even at the halfway mark, and I'm like, are you kidding me? There is another hour to this thing? This movie, if the writing is not that good, the comedy is lousy, and you don't really care about the characters, the runtime alone of this movie is most definitely its downfall. The fact that this movie has a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes is nothing short of mind-blowing for me, because there is nothing in this movie that I enjoyed at all. Honestly, this has got to be one of the worst comedies I've ever seen. And I think we need to have a moment of silence right here, because the art of comedy is most definitely dead. And we're all going to miss it. But one thing's for sure, I am so not going to miss this movie. I mean, for a movie that's almost 2 hours long, and it took me several hours just trying to get through this thing, and also a couple of ibuprofen pills, of course. But either way, The Munsters, I'm probably never going to watch this movie again. I'll watch the original TV show, of course. I absolutely enjoy the original TV show. But for this one, I'm just gonna try and block it out of my mind. Hopefully I don't have nightmares of the lousy comedy tonight. And the Munsters 2022 is most definitely trash. So guys, the new Munsters movie, have you seen it? I mean, if this is your type of comedy, I say all good for you, but seriously, I'm a big fan of the original, and the original is what makes me laugh the most, and the fact that a lot of the stuff of the original was completely messed with just completely turned me off. So anyway, those are my thoughts, but whatever you thought, comment below. Also, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and share my videos as much as possible so I can finally get monetized enough to challenge other reviewers to do the exact same challenge that I am doing now. I really gotta get back onto that, but either way, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.